Oregon, aka Antifa town. But it actually is nothing like what you see in the news, believe me, because we went downtown last night when I got here to have some pizza at this amazing place. Gosh, I think it was called A Lotta Pizza, A-L-O-T-T-A. Really good. Wood-fired. They built their own like food truck with a freaking pizza oven on it, and they put all these like fresh organic stuff, toppings on. Really, really good. But that was downtown, and well, it was pretty freaking quiet, to be honest. Folks around here take the virus very seriously, let me tell you that. They were all in bed by 9 p.m. Anyway, and you can see I'm walking down this peaceful, quiet, residential neighborhood. There's a guy running. Folks are just kind of out and about on a Sunday morning. It's just any town, USA, basically. Anyway, back to me. So I slept in the backyard last night, and my car was fine. You know, I rolled all my windows up when we went to dinner to get pizza, and it was still up when I got back. So I'm not sure what's going on, because as I was driving here, gosh, it would only stay up for a few minutes, and it would roll down again. But it stayed up all night, and it wasn't locking and unlocking, making that clicking sound. So, gosh, you know, maybe the problem resolved itself, and I don't need to... I didn't need to come here after all, but whatever, I'm here now. And I do have a recommendation on an electric guy. It's a Sunday though, so who knows if he'll be able to see me. Anyways, I decided to get up without bothering my friends and walk down to the gas station and get some coffee. So that's what I'm doing. Just walking down the street in Portland, Oregon on a Sunday morning. Story of my life. Oh, P.S. It occurred to me that you might have noticed I changed my hat. That was a bicycle. Halfway through this video. Well, I was wearing my Bigfoot hat because I was up in the forest and I was all excited, you know, Sasquatch. And then, well, once all this stuff started happening, I thought, ooh, maybe I better go back to my trusty old lucky mobile gas hat. Might have better luck. Much better. Man, if there's one thing these Pacific Northwesterners do right, it's coffee. And they were playing Ozzy Osbourne in the Quickie Mart, so hey, I think my luck is about to turn around. Mr. Crowley! Okay, it's later in the afternoon. After I went and got the coffee, I went back to the house, they were awake, and actually made me an awesome friggin' breakfast, like a veggie scramble. All organic, fresh veggies, some from their garden, with a turkey egg and avocado and hot sauce. Oh man, it was very Portland, and it was very good. So thank you so much to you guys for your hospitality and for the awesome food. If you're watching this video, mwah, much appreciation. But I wanted to get out of their hair. I knew they had stuff to do, even though they offered to let me stay as long as I wanted to. Well, I got an appointment with their mechanic at first thing tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's a Monday. So he's going to see me first thing at like 7:30 in the morning. So I just thought, let me get out of their hair and just check into a room. So I got a motel room, even though my car, incidentally, is completely fine now. I feel like ever since I left that Olympic national friggin' rainforest and the car actually had a chance to dry out, it's fine. You know, the doors quit locking and unlocking, and the window has stayed up since I rolled it up last evening. So I think maybe just a sensor got wet or something, and that's what was freaking it out. I mean, she's a desert rig like me. She's a lizard, not a fish. So maybe she just wasn't used to being in all that rain. I'm not sure what happened, but incidentally, the silver lining in all of this is the rear window rolls up and down just fine now. So there's that. But the battery is testing a little low. I tested it again a couple hours ago, and it's still coming in at like 12.26 volts. So I don't want to have to get a new battery here, because I got suckered into buying a lifetime warranty battery from Auto Nation Toyota in Vegas. They're supposedly a nationwide dealership chain, so any Auto Nation I can go to across the country and get a free battery replacement when this one clocks out. Well, guess what? There's no Auto Nations anywhere in the state of Oregon at all. So what's the... I mean, I'm in a big city, Portland. There's several big cities in Oregon, and none of them have Auto Nations. So You ever get the feeling you've been had? Keep that in mind if you go to an AutoNation dealership and they try to sell you their lifetime warranty battery. So I'm hoping that this battery will be good enough to last me at least until I get to a city where there is an AutoNation dealership, which is like Roseville, California, down near Chico, where my friend that I helped with his knee surgery is. I was going to go visit him anyway, so maybe I can get a new battery when I'm down there. But anyways, I'm still up here in Portland. I'm still going to go see this mechanic in the morning just to make sure everything's cool with the electrical system. And well, to get out of my friend's hair, I decided to get a room here at this awesome motel that I actually stayed in a few days ago when I was on my way up to the Olympic Rainforest. And I liked it so much that I decided to come back because it's a small motel. I think there's only like 25 rooms, but it's pretty quiet, even though there's a lot of traffic noise. It's pretty quiet. It's clean. It feels safe. I can park my car right in front of my room, so that way if something does happen with the window, I can kind of keep an eye on it. But moreover, I just feel like it was a really nice room for the price. When I stayed here the first time, I wanted to make a video about that and share it, but I couldn't figure out a way to fit it in. So let me show that to you now. I know there's some of you who love looking at these motel rooms. Okay, so last week when I stayed here, I stayed in the same room, number 19. And last week I think I paid with tax like $79. It was a little bit more. Today it was like 89, I think. But it's one room. But it's got a little table there for me to work at. Really nice decoration. I mean, to me, this looks like a nicer room than gosh, whatever the base price was, like $70 or something. I mean, the bed linens are really nice. You know, it's like nicer quality sheets. Trust me, I've stayed in some really gross dirtbag motels. I know from crummy linens. But this one even has like a nice carpet. The towels are even like nice thick quality towels. Bathroom's nice and clean. Look at that. There's no nary a trace of mold or any kind of crustiness. These are like super thick fluffy towels. You know, it's a pretty nice room for less than $100. You know, ironing board, iron, not that I'm going to use the blow dryer or any of that stuff, but hey, it's just nice to have. Like I said, I've stayed in some beaters in my day, because I'm always on a budget, but this place is pretty nice, and guess what they even have? A bottle opener. Well, I'm not a beer drinker. I am a coffee drinker, though, and there's 2 packets of coffee for the morning. Man. Oh, I have one of those jump starter packs for your car battery, just in case my battery is, you know, getting kind of wonky. I want to make sure my jump pack is fully charged. But I forgot to bring the adapter to plug it into a wall outlet. So unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I checked it not too long ago and it was fully charged. So if my battery does conk out, I can jump start myself even in the middle of nowhere, in theory. But anyways, I'm friggin' wiped out from all this. I was gonna lay down and take a nap, and then, well, guess what I'm gonna do? Edit some more videos. A hussy's work is never done. Ugh. You ever hear the expression, I gave it the old college try? Well, I feel like I've given this trip the old college try, and unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. So on the plus side, I took my car into the mechanic that my ex-boyfriend referred me to up in Portland, and that guy was awesome. Now, unfortunately, because of COVID, he didn't have a waiting room I could stay in. But fortunately, I was in Portland, Oregon, which, you know, despite what you see on the news and whatever you might think of Portland, it's pretty progressive. And so there was a little park right down the street, about a mile down the street, really nice park with public restrooms, drinking water, and even outlets, so I could sit there and work on my laptop, charge my laptop. And then there was a beautiful little Japanese tea garden. So, you know, I spent, 5 hours, I think, in the park. 4 or 5 hours hanging out in the park. And then mechanic called me, and this is interesting. He wasn't really able to figure out what the problem was because it quit happening. Like I said, so almost like it resolved itself. So because it wasn't happening in front of him, he couldn't quite tell. But they thought that it was something to do. Oh, I guess I can't really show you guys because then I'll show my license plate and then people will email me going, hey, we could see your license plate. Blur it out. Anyways, the little lock above the license plate, He thinks that some water got into that and caused the short circuit, and that's why the doors were locking and unlocking, and the rear window was opening and, or well, wouldn't stay closed. And that makes sense because when I was camping in the rainforest, I had the tailgate open like that just to keep the friggin' rain off my head. Because it was, when I say, I'm not trying to be a wuss here, but it was dumping rain for 2 straight days, just steady rain. So I kept that thing up so that I at least had something to stand under and not get soaked when I was, you know, cooking or whatever. But I think water pooled up on the little lock back there and somehow got into the mechanism and caused some kind of short circuit or whatever. But once it dried out, it was fine. So this mechanic also checked my battery and said my battery's fine. So he said I was good to go, and if it happened again, I should just, you know, while it's happening, take it to a mechanic. So with any luck, I'll never be in rain again ever, so it won't be a problem in the future. And the best part of all was, I guess he's pretty good buddies with my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend's a tattoo artist, and I think he did some tattoo work for the mechanic. I'm not sure. He didn't even charge me. I couldn't believe it. I gave him $100. It's like, gosh, I don't know how long he messed around trying to figure it out. So hopefully that was okay. But anyway, I'm back on the road. So I thought, all right, I'm back on the road. Let me just get back on with this trip. Well, now I need to do editing because guess what? It's already Monday, almost Wednesday. So now I'm back in the same position where I got to edit videos. So I'm trying to find a place to camp that has cell signal that wasn't too far from Portland. So I drove down to Bend, Oregon. I'm in the forest outside Bend, Oregon. Not all that far from the freeway. You can probably hear it. And there's some kind of gnarly forest fire here. So all the air is all smoky and gross and weird. You know what I mean? You ever hear the expression out of the frying pan into the fire? I mean, I go up to the friggin' rainforest. You know, at least I'll be safe from fires up there. Nah, my friggin' lock starts short circuiting. So then I get out of the rain and come down here to the dry forest. And it's too dry. And the air quality is pretty gnarly. It's not too bad right now. I should be okay. And oh God, again, my mom, I feel bad for her because she's still evacuated from her house. Although the fire up there, I think the winds are cooperating and they managed to get that under control. So she's probably gonna be able to go home in a few days. Fingers crossed. But I just feel like everything's conspiring against me on this trip. Like the universe is trying to tell me to just give up and go home because of all the forest fires going on, there's fire bans in effect in all these counties where I've been camping. So I can't use my little BioLite stove that uses biomass fuel because it's an open flame. You're not allowed to use those. So I have to use my backpacking stove, and you can't find this friggin' fuel anywhere. I don't know if it's COVID or what, but there's only like a few things I need from Walmart, and no Walmart that I've been to has had them. And when it comes to this fuel, I've also looked at a hardware store, 2 sporting goods supply stores. I mean, I don't know where else to go to get this stuff. REI, I guess. Who knew that this stupid butane propane mix was going to be so hard to find? So I barely have any fuel left. The friggin' West is burning down. I think I should just give up and go home. But actually, I can't go home because, well, I got to pick my girlfriend Gina from Arkansas up at the airport in Reno on Thursday for my next adventure. Hopefully that ends up happening. Anyway, with any luck, I'll be able to go back up to the Olympic National Park next summer and, well, make a real video. But until then, you're going to find me in the desert. I guess I should know better. I'm not meant to be up in that kind of rainforest, man. I'm a lizard, not a fish. The desert is my home. And, well, guess I'll see you guys back down there.